Greetings, Earthlings! My name is Zero Jake and welcome back to Space Engineers. So, last episode we created this lovely underground structure over here, so that in this episode we could actually start doing the workings of the construction bay, which is where we're going to be building a decent amount of ships, up here. Yeah. Construction bay. So we're doing the underneath stuff, which is basically going to be welders. That's kind of it. Yeah, and in order to make this work, and in order to make the entire system follow the conveyor network, we're going to need to excavate the floor. That lovely floor that I placed. Hence why I'm currently in a trench. Just in case you are wondering. Now, I just need to think, can I add these guys on yet? No. Right, so I may need to add this first. Oh, I know why. It's because I need interior plate. Right, okay, yeah, let's go grab the interior plate that I was using. Yeah, so I stored the stuff that I was using in the small cargo container. I've also done a supply run, hence why there's more items here. Yes, we need you, we need you, we need you, and we need you. Okay, get rid of some of you because we don't actually need to mine anything anymore, so that's good. Okay, so we should just be able to head down, and we should just be able to place this. It's temporary, because I don't actually have all the components required, so I should be able to place that. Yes, this is what we're talking about. I don't have to dig up the entire floor, I just need to dig up enough so that I can place the block. Yep, fellas, let's stay on the job, shall we? Right. You don't want to turn yet, you don't want to turn yet. Yeah, stop doing that. Stop. Yeah. Just go this way, and then this way, and then upwards. Okay. Need more construction component. I knew that was going to be a thing. Yeah, so more construction component, and then I also need just lots more construction component. Fine. Yes, I get the point, game. Ungrateful. Okay, we need, like, I don't know, 100 of this? 100 should be fine, and then let's just get some more, because I'm going to be using more. Yeah, unintelligible is basically what would happen in the subtitles. Come on. There we go. Right, good. Right, let's, yeah, so just finish this. That should all be working. You're not done for some reason. And I'm now out of... No, I'm not out of. Good. So I probably don't have enough to place this, do I? Oh, I do. Lovely. So, we should now have that. That's lit up, which means that we can go back. We can get some steel plate. And then we can, cover that over again, because I really don't want to have to face that when I wake up in the morning. Right, cargo, steel, this guy. In fact, what we should do is actually build a small cargo container there so that I don't have to keep running back and forth. But, things like that never come to my mind when I want to do things, it just happens afterwards. Right. And this will hide my delicate machinery so that only the bugs can get at it. Excellent. Right. So now that that's done, you can see ooh look, there's thing here, and I'm just like, ooh look, does anyone care? Right, so let's go to Control 8, let's go small cargo container. Small cargo container. Oh, we have it already. Okay, right, so we're gonna go on a shopping list to get some ingredients, and then we should be able to place this, and then we will be able to build the thing that we are building today. Right, so we want 34 interior plate, 40 construction. Right, so first of all, let's throw everything back first. 34 view, 40 construction components. Yeah, come on. 4 metal grid, 20 small steel, 4 motor. 4, 20. 1 display, 2 computers. You could tell I went on a supply run because we've got everything. So yeah, that was that, and the other thing, which was 2 computers. You know, lovely. We have supply of everything except gravity generators. We don't need them, and explosives. If there were explosives here, and I let one of my friends come on the server would no longer exist after 5 seconds because they'd build warheads everywhere. Right. Place this down, weld it up. Hey look everybody, it's a conveyor network access point, which means I no longer need that. Good. Right, okay, so here's the plan, yeah? The plan. I know, frighteningly, I have a plan this time. So what we'll go do, first of all, well, after we've, you know, pasted over here, which I'll probably do very quickly off camera, there's going to be a small ship frame that goes round, yeah? That's like has a landing gear here, and it goes all the way over here, has a landing gear over here. It's basically going to be a frame, yeah, that says this is the maximum size of the ship you can build. Good luck. It will probably be as far as I can put it across the entire thing, and just be made of steel plates, and then on one of the sides will be the projector. Yeah, that's how that's going to work, and then that's going to be permanently parked, and then when we want to say detach the get the thing into orbit, or well, get the thing off the ground, what we do is we detach it from the grid. Disable the projector, detach it from the grid, and then just fly off. That's kind of how easy that is. Hopefully it isn't too heavy that it crashes into the floor and breaks everything, but there's only one way to find out. And then below here, we're going to be using our old friend. These basic tier welders, plus their modules. No. That's not the right thing, is it? Oh, I've got to go find it. Lovely. Tiered ship tools. There we go. Yeah, so we build these upgrade chips using the components that we've got. Might go an upgrade 4. So basically, yeah, these base tier welders have a higher range. Yeah? A higher range. Now, what that means is, well, that's kind of self-explanatory, really. They've got a higher range than normal. What we're going to do... no, that's a bad idea. Give me a second. I'll get the camera out. So basically... thank you. We're going to place them like so. Yeah? Like this. But, you know, not directly there. We'll move it back a bit. Because if we place it here, it won't be in range, I don't think. Or at least the top bit won't be in range, in which case we'd have to get another welder. Right, yeah, that's you know the Nanite Factory way of doing things. I prefer it, but this time I'm trying not to use Nanite Factories in absolutely everything I do, so I'm going to have to deal with it. Right, so if I go get some steel plates for planning. Steel plate for planning. Interior plate for planning. Good. Right. Okay, so if we go... If we go like this... Yeah. That should give enough coverage so that everything works, and we technically don't need to add the upgrades on because the upgrades only make them faster, which may be something that we want to do. But basically we're gonna build later. Okay, that's a better time in actually saying when I'm doing it. I'm gonna get a thing. I've just realised I'm gonna need to... Oh yeah, how lovely game. Yes, torment me, why don't you? Okay, so I'm going to need to place... no, not you. I want to place you here. But I technically don't need to. Basically, run along here. We're going to want this, 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 no, why did you do that? This, this, this. Yeah, so we kind of want it like this, right? And then we can have it circle around, so instead of having this, I'm going to place that back. And then we can go and place this thing. Walk out of the area, please. Okay, yeah, this is how we're connecting up. Yeah, so we want to be able to walk down the center so that we can examine everything. You know, that's how we usually roll. So we also need an underground segment here, which should be simple enough to implement. Right, which also means I'm going to need to dig up this again. And then instead of placing this here, we place a conveyor junction. Should need to wait for, you know, the blasted stones to disappear first. Weld that up. I need 8 small steel and 10 component. Give me a second. 8 small steel, 10 construction component. Oh god, the frames have disappeared somewhere. Okay, so that's a conveyor junction, and then all I need is I need to place you here, and then you here, and then go upwards, and then have a thing, and then you will go upwards like this, and proceed to do what your friend just did. Something like that, okay? That's what I want you to do. That's what's going to happen. And now the fun happens, because now I get to weld all of this. And sadly, I do not have a second computer and therefore cannot do spectator cam madness. If I could, then I kind of would, because that's the point of this all. But yeah. So I'll be back in a second once everything in the world has been welded together. Okay, there we go. So we have all the lovely conveyor belts are done. Now, here's going to be the thing. So in order to test these lovely welders we've got here, we're going to build the ceiling with them. Yes, I'm going to do everything better. So I'm going to need all the steel plate in the world first of all, and it's highly likely that this will require a lot of motors, and I don't have that many motors, do I? No, you don't, Jake. No. which means that I may have to do a cargo run, which will be painful because that's how painful things are in my life. Well, actually, they're not that painful. I'll stop grouching in a second. Right, construction components. So basically, we'll weld the ceiling, and then I'll have some struts go up higher and see how far it will actually weld, which can actually tell me, you know, what the welding size is, because I hope it's actually something good instead of something absolutely terrible. We needed construction component. Next thing is going to be like a bunch of large steel plates and computers. You don't have steel plate. Why did I not weld you? Curious. Even though, you know, curiosity currently killed the cat for some reason. I don't know, it's just a saying that people say, curiosity killed the cat, and I'm just like, but curiosity is how we change. We can't improve ourselves if we're not curious. So I'm technically correct about that. But, you know, it's not necessary. I should also bring motors with me. Yes, that would be a good idea, Jake. Yes, a good idea. And now, the placement of every single welder in existence. Nice. Okay, so, right, so that's all the welders. They should all have inventory access, and apparently I can only access the bottom one for some reason. Right. Oh, my oxygen's nearly dead. That's probably because I've been wearing my helmet all this damn time. Oops. Right. So, what I want to do is I want to go to control panel and then get these. Now, since we may have more construction zones, CZ01 welder, yeah? I really wanted to name this CZ welder, right. CZ01, construction zone 01. LZ01 is landing zone 01, and that's why we have two landing zones. Welcome to the naming convention. Now, I'm naming each individual welder because that's how I roll. It basically says, hey, this is part of a group. Don't mess with it. Instead of going, oh, which one's base tier welder 16? I don't know. You know. Well, you can easily find out, but in order to find out which one you're which group you're looking at, I'm naming them such. I don't want to have numbers after them because that's painful. So, yeah. Get all of them. Get that. Save. Good, right, and then off in terminal, and these guys shouldn't drain all of the resources because they're attached to an inventory, so show off an inventory screen as well. You shouldn't need to be in config, though that's probably going to happen. Okay, so what we want now, yeah, what we want is a button. Yeah, a single button. Just a button. And you're going to deal with it. We want a button panel. Yeah? I have a button panel here. And this button panel is going to be the on button. The dreaded red button. Right, so we want to go G, and then we want to select, we want to go to, no, we want to go here, yes, go to groups, go to welders, and toggle on and off. Okay, so if I do, I may start regretting this if it starts welding behind it. they're all on, which is good. And then I can turn it off, and then they're off. Good. Right, we've got a button. Great success. Okay, and now the fun thing. We get to weld everything together. Oh yeah. Well, no, we don't get to. The guys over there get to. Right, so just go upwards a bit. Right. The sun is rising. Yeah, that's not important though, is it? No, it's not. Right. So what we're going to do is we're going to cover this entire thing with armor blocks. We're going to have... So basically, I'll set up the player so that they're looking at the correct area. Well, they're looking at the button panel, so we'll activate that. And then we've also got the spectator, which will be... energy low. Yes, it seems like 4 things are in the red zone these days. Now, I may need to add another group there and another group over here, but, you know, that's what we're testing for. I also need to see if it will fry anyone walking across here, because if it does, that's going to be hilarious. It's just going to be like, yeah, please don't walk along this only access point towards the tower if these welders are on, which you won't be able to tell because I'm not having warning lights. Though I should probably set up some warning lights. So basically, any time that the welders are on, the warning lights are on. Yeah? Something like that. So if we go all the way back down, because this is how this is where I get my enjoyment, by running everywhere. I probably don't need the lights, do I? No, did I just turn them on again? Yeah, I did. Good, right. Actually, I will need lights in here. Okay, I just turned broadcasting off. What? How? What? I want broadcasting on, thank you. Right, so I've placed myself in front of the thing. Go to 0 and get these. Right, so if we go like this, and then we go like this, no, then we go like this, and then we press T. What do you know? It works. Which is pretty good, actually. Turn off, fellas. We don't need you on yet. Right, yeah, my computer was making the sound that, oh no, terrible thing has happened. Like, the... Well, you know how you can hear the hard disk, right? Well, I can hear the hard disk anyway. It might be too quiet for you. But basically, if that starts slowing down, I kind of think, oh no, the game's crashed. Because that's what usually happens when the game crashes. Right, so let's weld up, shall we? And apparently I have ice in here, which, you know, put my oxygen back to max for some reason. I didn't realise I had any ice in here. I don't know why. Oh no, wait, I know. Yes, it's because we've got the air vent. Air vent. Yes, that's what that does. Okay, so now that we've got that, yeah, I'm going to be predominantly checking to see if it's actually on by using broadcasting, outpost, welders, off. Good. Why is it red? Why is that red? There was a red hue over there, and I'm not... Was it, like, I got welded into paste, into a red bloody paste that smeared across time and space? Because if that was the case, then, well, that's helpful. So, what we want to do is we want to build some things here. This is testing its horizontal range. Okay? Horizontal range, for those of you who didn't know what I just said. This, by the way, is also where the lights are going to go, just in case you were wondering. Okay, that's the horizontal, and then we want the vertical, which will probably just increase these. Yeah, so we'll increase like a few of them. Well, no, we'll increase all of them to like 3 blocks high, since that's going to be the highest that my ships are going to be. And I'm going to have the lovely time of breaking these down once I'm finished. Right. Oh, you're connected to that. We don't want you connected to that, do we? No. We don't want you connected to that at all. So we're going to have to change how that's working. So otherwise, that's going to be fun to deal with. Right. Test number 2. So we know that it does the floor, basically. We don't know if it does that. So what we're going to do is we are going to go to here, and I should be able to access this, and then exit back. Yeah, that's good. So let me just go and change the camera angle so that we've got a wider view. And then let's get rid of the UI, because otherwise that's going to be painful. And now we activate the welders. Okay, so we know that the welders don't weld there. Let's just check to see if they're on, which they are. Good. Okay, right. So that's what happens when I'm, not bothered. Yeah, let's turn those off. It's a good thing I didn't have to break all of those down when they're 25 blocks each, but now I have to break all of them down anyway. So yes, that's going to be fun. I've got to do it in order as well. Probably using up a lot of hydrogen as well, which is, not the best. Yeah, running with a a grinder. Yes, that's inducive to health problems. Okay, so yeah, right. What we want is we want a line here, and we want to hold shift because then we run. Okay, so we want a line for every 2. I possibly don't need every single one of them. Well, I do need every single one of them so that I can see if there's an actual spherical range on this thing or not. Yeah, so welcome to testing. You build a test. You say, will it happen or not? You do the test. You record the results, and then based off of that, you say what the hell you want. Noting that has to be based off of it. So this is the actual range test. So the test number 3, horizontal range, ready in 3, 2, 1, go. Interesting. Okay, so you can see that these corners here aren't done, but that is the current range. Now we could increase this range by doing the painful thing of moving them this way and adding another pair on the end, which I possibly might do in between episodes, but we know that that works, okay? We know that it works, and now I've got to get rid of it all again because that's how enjoyable this is. Yes. Right, turn them off, go back here, get this, and now we just need to get rid of it all again. Oh boy, I love my job. 10 out of 10 would rate again. Well, 8. I rate 8 out of 8, mate. I don't know. People on the internet are weird, and that includes me. Oh no. Give me a second. I will now scream at the universe. Damn you, universe. Right, throw you there. We don't need you. And then it starts crying because it's emotional for some reason, even though it's a piece of steel. Yes, I'll be back in a second once all of this has been, you know, obliterated. Ah, lovely clean smell. Anyway, right, let's stop doing that and let's test the height, shall we? So we know that it goes up to here, right? So we want some that are on the extremes. So we want to go up here to 3, and then we want up here to 4. Actually, no, yeah, let's go to 4 just so that we can test this properly. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so these pylons have been scientifically and mathematically placed, or just placed randomly, so that we can get an accurate result from our next test. You know, because we don't need to have them directly on the edge. We've got some that are further away from the center than others. We've got some that should be at the edge of the welding zone, okay? And that's what we're testing. So, without further ado, well, technically these should be the other way around, shouldn't they? Yeah. God damn it. My inner my inner, you know, quality assurance person has just gone, no, this is all wrong. You can't do that. Otherwise, you void the entire test. So yeah, let's do that. Okay. Now it's working properly. So spectator camera ready. I don't know what that did. Give me a second. Give me a second. I'm just pressing J for no reason. Okay. Right. Outpost. Welders. On. Right. Interesting. And by interesting, I mean annoying. Okay, so yeah, so what this has said, okay, is that it's not a square, okay, it's more of a dome, or like many domes put together, which means that I want to move these guys backwards, like all of them, shovel one that way, and then place another here, and that should give me the range I need. Yeah, okay, so it does work, but it could be better, and that could be better bit I'm going to do at a later time because my god. But yeah, so we've got that done, and I was about to walk in there without turning this off. That would have been hilarious, wouldn't it, people? No, it wouldn't. It's not hilarious. Well, it may have been hilarious to other people, but not to me. Though I don't think that even matters these days. Right, so we've got the welders done. So next thing that we need to do is we need to design a ship, well, the atmospheric ship that we're going to be using to fly everywhere, and we need to get the projector frame up and running. But we could do that in the next episode. Until then, my name has been Zero Jake. End transmission.